Well, good morning, folks. I want to talk about, and I know you get tired of me talking about the same thing. The same thing over and over. And you're just like, you know what? We're not going to hear any good news or any new news, from this woman. Okay? This light's too bright. I just got a phone call from DHR because they just got back from vacation. Okay, my son was taken out of state on vacation. These foster parents are paid money for every child so that they can afford to go on vacation. When these people file taxes, they get money back for having so many children in their care. Okay, while the parents are getting screwed. Okay, my goal in life was not to work at a Mexican restaurant. Okay, that was not my goal in life. Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of people who are from Mexico and who end up working at a Mexican restaurant, even after they have a degree, they come in here is because they're in transition, trying to get their paperwork, ready so that they can practice whatever it is that they studied. Okay, I, on the other hand, wanted to have a restaurant, a training program for the people because I was a vegetarian and I didn't smoke indoors and all of those things were not available at the time. But that's old news now, okay? Old news. I was in my 20s, okay? A lot of things have happened and it's like this whole thing was exploited. My mind and my body exploited for this psychology and religiosity, okay? And I'm sick of it because I'm not a politician and also for political purposes. I just reached out to the president, to the White House, okay? I said, I am being exploited down here, okay? This is a long time ago. And what has happened since? It has gotten worse. And it's not just me now being exploited, it's everybody. I was a lacto-ovo vegetarian when I was stationed at Keesler. I didn't smoke indoors, okay? I was not even smoking at the time anymore. I had already quit smoking. I only smoked for a little bit, for a very short period of time. I was smoking. I smoked for 3 years, okay, before I quit for 16 years. And during that time that I was not smoking, okay, I became pregnant with my son Jacob. I became pregnant with Alexander, and everything was trying to avoid the secondhand smoke. Okay? And in the restaurant industry, when you ask for a smoke-free environment, they would put you under the same roof as the smoking. So I thought, we need a restaurant with a porch outside, okay, where the smokers can be happy, protected from the elements, but they're outside. So that the workers can be protected and the smokers can be protected from themselves, from their own secondhand smoke, and from their families' secondhand smoke. I have purchased my son these shoes as he's growing, these clothing that he likes, and every time I see him, when I go see him, he's wearing somebody else's clothes with holes in it, stinky socks because the socks are not. When mamas take care of their children, which I do, okay, that's what a parent's job is. It's a job that you have to do because it's your job, okay? So these people from DHR most of the time don't have their own children. This is why DHR hires them. Because these people don't know what it's like to be a parent, for one, nor do they care. Okay, this caseworker is disabled. Okay, she has a disability. I don't know what her disability is, but she's disabled. But it's like, okay, so she has a job. Why couldn't I get a job as a veteran? okay? A long time ago in Mobile. No, these people want to exploit my mind. I was told, oh, stay home and God will provide. And it's like, God has provided me my God-given gifts, okay? That's why I write on my wall. Because before, I didn't have time for that. I didn't have time for that, okay? I was busy cooking and cleaning my house. My house was so pretty, okay? Pretty, okay? None of this stuff all over the place. No. It was all organized, okay? And everything was spacious. I had room to move about for my son, okay? We would go to the park, okay? And I was quite happy, but I didn't want to be with a person who was drinking to get drunk and disturbing the peace, okay? But the world does not want to accept that this man was disturbing the peace. No, because men don't see the kingdom of God. No. Okay? It's a man's world. Oh, much less, you know, if you say, I'm neutral, I don't have a denomination. Oh, they get right down pissed off. You know? It's like, oh, you know, so they're like, well, you're not a Christian, or you're not Christian enough. And it's like, okay, whatever. Okay? There's Jews, there's Muslims. It's not just Christians who own the earth. Do Christians own the earth? No. I'm sick and tired of the hypocrisy. Okay? There's so many Christians with their own version of God and their own version of Christianity. Christ, the man Christ who died already, was not Christian. He was a Jew. Okay? And Jews are the natural branch. And we, the non-Jews, everybody else who's a non-Jew, who's a faithful person, regardless of your religion, you are grafted in because of God's mercy on you. So, every time I see my son, he's wearing somebody else's clothes. It's like, I don't know what they're doing with my son's clothes that I bought him. You know, and with his stuff, his toys, and his instruments. My house was in order, and it was not anything that Andy was doing. No. Andy was busy going to the kitchen to get a shot of vodka, just like I drink coffee, okay? But with this coffee, I don't drink it every hour. I don't drink a shot of coffee every hour. That's how much he was drinking. A shot of vodka every hour. And I reached out to his parents. Okay? Before I came out here live because everything is being monitored and recorded anyway. So I was not putting on a pony show out of my house. Everybody and their brother came in my house and invaded my home. Okay? So it's not my fault that it was broadcasted. And I think that this lady, Miss Broadnecks, was chosen because broadnecks, like broadcasting. It's like if this is the state of Alabama's way of saying, look, lady, this is what you get for broadcasting with your big loud mouth. It's like, excuse me, but y'all invaded my privacy of my privacy. Okay? I wasn't broadcasting anything. So if y'all want to teach me a lesson, I'll teach you a lesson, okay? Shame on you. Some of these moms don't want to take responsibility for how they raise their children. You know, and then they want to punish me. They know I'm a good mama. And then they want to take away what's mine away from me so that I don't have any say-so in the upbringing. To take my rights away from me, my rights away from my son. And then to frustrate everyone, you know, mother and child. And then they sit back and laugh. Is this your idea of goodness, of Christianity? You're highly mistaken. You're a bunch of hypocrites. Okay? So I reached out to both his parents and I said, look, your son is killing himself. Okay? And it was like, well, he's always been that skinny. It's like, no, it ain't about his being skin and bones. It's about him drinking to get drunk. Okay? It's about him not eating anything. And he'll watch anime like Berserk. Okay? If you watch any of those images, okay, toward the end of the anime, it is horrible. It is the work of Satan. Okay? About this one young lady who was raped by 5 different men. Okay? And then the devil who had he was a beautiful guy before he became a demon, and his tendons were cut off so he couldn't move. And so when he died, he became this demon, and all of these other demons in the demon world, this other realm, were there like waiting for him to rape this girl that had already been raped by 5 different men. For the love of God and Jesus! That's what kind of stuff he was feeding his brain. Oh, yes, you bunch of hypocrites. But he was raised by Catholic parents in the Catholic school system. That's why he doesn't believe in God. I thought that he was a Christian man, okay? And then that he was a little lost, okay? And that he was looking for the goodness in me. And so when we got together after he got that house on Horseshoe Bend, he said to me, I don't believe in God. Okay? And both his parents are involved in the Catholic Church. Okay? You know, because Catholicism is not faithful. Did I say that? Not all Catholics are faithful. Not all Catholics are good. Not all Christians are good. Not all Christians are faithful. Faith is not religion, and religion is not faith. Just because you are a Catholic or a Christian does not mean that you're better than a Muslim. The hypocrisy in America. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not saying that Catholicism is bad. I'm not saying that Christianity is bad. I am saying that it's not better. It is not better than anybody else. I brought up to his parents, he's killing himself, okay? And he's watching this really dark stuff and these ghost shows with this machine that goes for the ghost hunters. But all day long, he would watch it back to back to back to back episodes to drive the people around in the environment crazy. Because when you're constantly hearing and you're there like all drunk, you know, but you're working from home. He was getting paid. I wasn't getting paid to go run errands. No. I was on food stamps. And I don't care if some of you say, look, she cannot focus. She cannot sit there and focus long enough to write a book. Oh, okay? You know that most people don't have the patience or the focus to sit there and read a book. No. They'll read part of it, and they'll read part of this or listen to part of this conversation, and they take this out of context and they take that out of context. They do that. If I'm paraphrasing somebody, you know, and I say, quote that person, you'll turn around and say, I said that. because you don't know whom I'm speaking to, when, and why. You don't have patience to listen to the whole hour-and-a-half video or Dr. Martin Luther King's 45-minute videos or the entirety of the farewell speech by President Eisenhower. That's 16 minutes. No. You'll take things out of context to bend it so that it can sound good to fit what you already believe. You want it to fit there. Instead of letting truth mold you. You want to mold the truth. Have I ever posted on my Facebook, in a provocative way to be luring men? This is what has been happening, folks. Okay? People think I'm a tease, that I'm teasing somebody, that I'm provoking. And it's like, okay, so I can't go to the gym and work out a long time ago? I can't do that? I can't look sexy at 27? No? Does this mean that I'm provoking, or is it that you're invading my home? Is it that because I'm busy studying systems while the systems are studying me? Well, let us dance. Okay? Let us dance. Like the yin and yang. Like the night and the day. Like the light and the darkness and the light. Green is what she sees all day and night, y'all. Green is for rebirth and rebuild. Green is for renew and restore our society. Green is for proactive love, dove love. I'm sticking to it. That's my anthem, my hymn, my song inside of me. You all want God. Oh, yes, you do. All of your national anthems, your hymn, okay, has God or earth or goodness or it's all about the desire for God. I have read your songs. I have looked into it in depth. The desire of your heart is God and goodness. But you want to take truth and you want to bend it so it'll fit your belief as an individual or as a system. And you don't like those. Who come to disturb what has already been established. But sometimes what has been established is right down rotten. And I'm not talking about the flesh. The flesh will rot. But the Spirit lives. And we have already overcome death. We are the living creatures. And God dwells in our midst. Whether you're Jew or Gentile, and Gentile is everybody who's not a Jew. This is why I speak the way I do. And I know how you read. And I know your attention span. Because you're addicted to this. And you're addicted to technology. And you will just focus on little things that entertain you. That catch your eye. Little things. Without researching for yourself. This is how they're able to brainwash the people. This color is fashionable this year. Bell bottoms are back. Oh no, not anymore. That was last month. This month, we're having pointy fingernails. So everybody goes to the salon to get those pointy fingernails that so-and-so had on TV because it looks really catty. Oh no, that's not in anymore. That was like so last month. This is in the color red, the color gray, the color blue. I say to you, be yourself. Don't let these people dictate how you live. The truth inside of you shall pour out because the Spirit lives in you. Do not suppress the Spirit of truth. The Spirit is free. God is a God of balance. The Word is water, is free. Water always finds a way. The Spirit is fire, and fire is truth, and fire is glory, is light, is day. Even at night, no more darkness, no more night. God is a God of balance and freedom. Helen Keller, who was blind, was able to see. When she felt that water running through her fingers, it was the living Word. And she understood then how to communicate. And she was able to learn from her teacher and communicate with others because of the living water, that living Word that set her free. Water is Word. The Word is life, is breath. In the valley of dry bones, thirsty for the Word of God, He said, Son of man, to Ezekiel, speak to them. Israel is the people of God who needed to hear the Word of God through the mouth of the prophet, the messenger, the Son of Man standing with courage, because his head was just as hard as their hearts. It's like this. like a diamond, rough and polished and transparent, so you can see all the colors. And these two things are connected, and these things are connected, and the head is to heaven as the heart is to earth, and we are grounded. Oh, yes, we are down to earth, realistic, understanding that God is above and God is within, and we are under the law of God who lives in us. You have a right. You have a right to be who you are. Different and unique, yet equally important part of the whole picture, because God is an artist. He is a creator. And we, male and female, are made in the image of God, who is spirit, in our midst, as individuals and individual parts of the whole community, city, cities, nation, nations, is people, is person. The micro in the macro, in the micro. We go around the Kaaba. The people go around and around and around and around. The strap is around and around the body. We go around the body, the building. The macro and the micro. Diamond, square, building. The temple, the body of humanity, evolved, standing upright. Has nothing to do with being gay or straight. It has to do with being upright. I am not gay. How does a person being gay offend me? But I'm not going to be teaching my child to be gay. I am going to teach my child. God made us all in His image, and God judges. God gives us faith, and God gives us earth and all that lives in it. Male and female, and the animals that fly, and the animals that live in the water, and the beasts of the earth, and we are the living creatures, beasts. Because read your book of Jeremiah chapter 31. The natural and the grafted in. The lion and the ox. The four living creatures. The lion and the ox and the eagle and the human face. The living, not the dead. God has to speak like this as a metaphor so that all can understand in your language. Different people learn differently. Different people teach differently. Some people are visual. Some people learn by listening. And some people learn by doing. My book that I have chosen has walls because I know how you read and you learn. And I will teach the way I teach because I have studied how you learn. So let us recognize the truth that I am who I say I am. I am my Father's daughter who sent me down here to the south for you to learn. So let us learn from one another. We don't need to be invading each other's privacy. We don't need to be sabotaging the messengers or the message. We are all messengers. We all have a song. We all have a message. We all have the Spirit of God in us. We're able to communicate directly with the Papa. Because the one in us is greater than us and has already overcome death. This one in us fears no man, no evil, fears God only, and communicates directly with the Papa. You, the last and the first will be the last, will be the first. You, from the first Adam to the last Adam, the firstborn of the Spirit. I am speaking to you. You are sons and daughters of God, made in the image of God, who is Spirit in your midst. So activate it. We don't need to be sabotaging the message inside of us, sabotaging one another, because we're only hurting ourselves. We are parts of the whole body.